What's going on, everybody? It is a rainy day, which means it's the perfect day to build some new LEGO sets, and here I have all of the March releases that I decided to add to my collection, so let's go ahead and unbox them. And inside of this first box, I have the brand new medieval town square from the LEGO Icons theme, so I'm really excited to add that alongside the Lion Knight's castle in my LEGO collection. And then next up in this other box, we've got a few other of the March LEGO releases. Inside of here, we're able to see, of course, the Dragonstone Shrine and a few other sets, and here is everything that I decided to get for the March wave all together on my desk. And I think this is a great selection of sets. I really like the Ninjago Dragon Rising Dragonstone Shrine. I feel like this one will be really fun to build. It's got a good selection of minifigures, and I feel like the shrine just looks really great. It's the perfect set for the spring. I love the cherry blossoms and the water features inside of this set, and I just think it's a really cool design. It's got some play features on it. We've also got two of the new Marvel brickheads that released last month. We've got Baby Groot and Iron Spider-Man, and then I do have some of the new Star Wars releases. I didn't get the R2-D2 seeing as I already have the other UCS one, but these two look like great additions to the collection. I'm excited for the Invisible Hand. This is the only midi scale ship I have, and then boarding the Tantive 4 has always been a diorama I've wanted, and I think this one is going to be really cool to build in LEGO. And then of course we have the main part of the haul, the medieval town square, which is the biggest set of all of these, and probably the one I was most excited for. It's got a lot of cool features on the back of the box, kind of highlighting all of the details inside of this set. I'm really excited to get my hands on this and actually start building it to see all the details. And we also got this flower store gift of purchase, which I ended up giving to my sister, but still a cool free LEGO set. And then here's the first set that we built. It's the Iron Spider-Man and Baby Groot brickheads. I think these guys look really cool. I'm very happy with them. I love the printed elements that we have on top of these guys. I think my favorite out of the two is definitely Baby Groot. I think this one just has a whole lot more detail with it, and I just really like how it looks too. And seeing as I have some other Guardians of the Galaxy brickheads, I feel like he'll fit in really nicely with the other ones. And then Iron Spider-Man also looks really cool too. Again, I love the printed elements of this one. This will be my only Spider-Man brickhead, and I think it looks really nice. They got a lot of detail on this set. I love the brickheads line. It's cheap and affordable, but they're great display pieces, so I'm happy with these two guys to add to my LEGO collection. And the Iron Spider-Man is going by my Venom bust and the Spider-Man shelf, so I think that fit in really nicely. It kind of filled up that small empty space right there. And then Groot is going next to the Gamora and Star-Lord brickheads that I have in my collection. So another great addition to the kind of like a Marvel area, and it kind of closed off that small little gap we had in the Guardians of the Galaxy display, so very happy with that. I think it's now finished. And then next up we of course have the boarding the Tantive 4, and I just feel like this set also looks really cool. I loved putting it in front of my LED lights to kind of make this like Darth Vader entrance super dramatic, and I think this set looks really cool. You get a ton of minifigures inside this set too, so it's a cool battle pack. There's some play features where you can launch some of the rebel troopers around too, which is really cool. You can even have like Captain Antilles raised up with the Force, and then I think this is also just a very simple but a very sleek looking design too. I love the sticker pieces and all of those white kind of ingot pieces. The door is actually a printed element that you see over there at the end of the hallway. We've got another entrance over here too, which actually shows us a Technic pin, which is responsible for actually opening up the door to have that kind of dramatic entrance by Vader, of course. And it's a really cool play feature. I love it. I love the kind of like burn kind of like tile pieces on the wall. I love how you can like force choke Captain Antilles with like one of the transparent pieces included, and you get 6 minifigures included if you don't include the brand new 20th Anniversary 5's minifigure, which is another great reason to buy this set. Not the main reason you should buy it, but it definitely helps, and I feel like it goes great with the other 20th Anniversary minifigures that we got all the way back in 2019. And so now we're going to try and place the Tantive 4 in the LEGO collection. The original spot I had planned for it, I wasn't really happy with it because you can't see any of the details when it's that elevated, so I decided let's go ahead and try and move around the Imperial Armored Marauder just to kind of fit the Tantive 4 with the other kind of like hallway scene diorama that we got a few years back. And I think I don't really like it right here, but I moved it to the other side and I feel like you can see more of the details here, and I think it looks cool having it like next to the Luke Skywalker one. And then I ended up moving the Imperial Armored Marauder up here with my Mandalorian stuff, so I feel like that all worked out. And then next up I built up the Invisible Hand, which is another set I was really excited for. I feel like the details on this set were really cool. I love the printed plaque as well as the 20th anniversary plaque you get. There are a few stickers in this set, but I feel like the set looks really great all around, and I'm very impressed with all of the details that they were able to get into this set, and it really makes me want to get the Superstar Destroyer mini-scale set, but I'm really happy with this one. This is probably my favorite. It's also cool how it's able to split into 2 different sections, which I thought was a nice added detail from the Revenge of the Sith movie. It looks cool from the backside too with the thrusters, and it's just an impressive looking set. I love the mini-scale ships that they came out with this wave, and I decided to put it in between the UCS gunship and the UCS Venator, and I think it fits in nicely there. We have a small amount of space next to it, and then it's now fast forward a couple days and we're working on the Dragonstone Shrine outside, and it is finished, and I think this set also looks really beautiful. I am very happy with this one. It's probably one of my favorites from the new March releases. I love all of the details with the cherry blossom trees and the water features, and I think this is one of the few LEGO Ninjago sets that I actually would be willing to buy here in 2024, apart from like the Ninjago City sets. It's just got so much going on here, a lot of rockwork details, and there's some play features. You can move this rock around, which is pretty cool, and I also really like this kind of like spring lantern that's behind Nia and Kai. I thought that looked cool. The waterfall from the dragon's mouth is also a great feature with this set, and I think the building techniques used inside of the set are really impressive too for a Ninjago set. I haven't built too many Ninjago sets since like literally like 2012, so this was a nice kind of set to get me back into the theme, and there's some cool interior details inside of the set too. We've got this scroll, which is a sticker piece unfortunately, but it does look cool. We've got a hidden bookshelf which you can push inside to get a look at this kind of like hidden away book, and you can easily put that back with the rock piece. There's another sticker piece over here, and there's some tea, and then there's some scrolls on this bottom section of the kind of Dragonstone Shrine too, and I think this is a really nice looking Lego set. I'm very happy with it. I don't really have any complaints. It's a bit on the more expensive side, but I think it's worth it in the end, and I'm really excited to place it in my Ninjago section. I think it looks really great. It blends in perfectly with everything else that we have going on here. It kind of fills up that like last little inch of space that I had over here perfectly, so that was good to have that take up some empty space, and I think it looks really great with the other Ninjago stuff, so I'm very happy with it. I think it just like ties together the entire display, so now there's no empty space, and I'm very happy with that. I think it looks great above the bonsai tree as well too, so lots of cherry blossoms going on around here with the bonsai tree, the Dragonstone Shrine, and in both the Ninjago cities. And now we're moving on to the medieval markets, and here's what I've done so far. I decided to build like a few bags. I'm trying to take it slow this time and just enjoy the build, and so we've got some of the side builds here in like the first half of like one of the main buildings that you see inside here. This is like the carpenter shop, and I think it looks pretty cool. I like the wheel that's kind of suspended from this like kind of crane over here. You can kind of like lower and raise the wheel as you want to, so I thought that was a cool play feature. And then from the side, the roof is simple, but it looks cool. I like the side windows too, and this kind of like blue overhang that we see towards the back of the kind of shop. You can easily remove the roof too to get a look at some of the interior details of this set, and it's also modular, so you can take a look at the first floor, which doesn't have a whole lot of detail, but it is still cool. And then now here is the finished set a couple days later. I again really tried to take my time with this to just thoroughly enjoy the build, and I'm glad I did. So let's go ahead and take a more in-depth look at everything now that it's all finished. Here's of course the stall that I showed off earlier, and then we've also got the 2 other sections of this first part of the build over here. And to the left here we have this kind of like white and red color scheme, which I really like. The roofs look really great on these other 2 buildings. I think they look a whole lot better than the main one that we looked at earlier. I love the kind of like backyard area to this section of the build too, and I just feel like there's so much detail inside of this set, and I'm very happy with it. The roof for this section of the build is able to be removed very easily. I love the tiles, and then this is like kind of like a cheese shop over here. We've got like tons of details inside of here. We've got a cat. The other side is of course a tapestry area, and I love the sticker piece that they use for the tapestry shop. I think it looks really cool, so very happy with this build. I think from the back side it looks really nice as well too, though I probably will display it from the front side. And then you also get this small tree side build with this kind of like bounty hunter guy who's got a wanted poster. And then next up we have kind of my favorite part of the build. It's the tavern and then the inn, and I love the stone pebbles that kind of like lead up to the front door, as well as the knight and the 2 axes with the sign. The olive green color scheme also stands out to me, and I like the sticker pieces that they use, and the pie in the window is kind of funny. And then the sign off to the side with the handcuffs I thought was a clever building technique too. And then there's also tons of greenery off to the side of the build too, which I really enjoyed building and placing. So I think this set definitely has a ton of details everywhere you look. I like the red and the olive green kind of contrasting together. I thought that was an interesting design choice. I love the bluebird that's kind of hidden inside of those trees as well. well. There's another flag leading up to kind of like the more like fortified part of this build, which I thought was cool, and it's very reminiscent of the Lion Knight's castle. There's a little door and a ladder which leads us into the interior of this set, which is definitely a lot more impressive with this side of the build than the other building. The tavern looks really cool. There's a small banjo and a beer keg. There's also this kind of painting area over here too, where you can paint some shields, which I thought was pretty cool. That's a printed shield piece, which I thought was nice. We've got the kitchen for the tavern where we can see just various like cooking ingredients and food, which I thought was cool. We've also got the tax collector's bedroom in the inn at the very top here, which has a cool play feature where you can see he's actually stealing some of the tax money and stashing it in a hidden drawer. And we've got another inn inside, or another room inside of the inn over here, which doesn't look as cool as the tax collectors, but I thought it was still a nice addition. And then here's a look at all of these side builds again over here too, as you do get tons of them to kind of add to the set. And then here's the minifigures that we got to build for this section of it too. So now comes the fun part of actually placing it in the Lion Knight's castle / medieval area, and here it is all displayed here. I think I really like this. It looks really nice. I'm surprised I was able to fit it. I was honestly kind of skeptical as to whether it would fit or not, but let's go ahead and post the minifigures inside of here too, just to make the display really pop and tell some interesting stories. And so now that we've gone ahead and done that, let's go ahead and take a look at the new medieval display. We've got, of course, on the outskirts, the tree with the bounty hunter. The tax collector is over here, and we've got the tavern over here. We can see someone cooking up some goods inside of there, and then we've got this kind of like Lion Knight all the way in the back, kind of looking over the watchtower. And then as we come down here, we're able to see some of the side builds over here. We've got the tapestry maker hanging out outside of his shop. The carpenter is on that like second floor window area over there. We've got some kids playing outside of the kind of like bakery over here, and then we've got the painter kind of working on the shield design. We've got one of the minifigures from the Lion Knight castle over here, manning the kind of like pastry stand, and then another one with the farm kind of like carriage, I guess. And then this transitions us into the Lion Knight display, which has not changed too much, but I thought it would still be fun to show y'all how it kind of blends in with the medieval market. And I think both of these sets really fit well. Nice. They fit together, obviously. Like, I think I'm really happy with the display is what I'm trying to say. So I really like how this all turned out. I think it perfectly finished off our medieval display here, and I don't really see too much that I could add to it. I might buy like a dragon from like the like fantasy era of Lego castle sets to add to it, but those get very expensive. But like apart from that, that's all I wanted to add. So let's just go over everything else we added. We've got the Ninjago Dragonstone Shrine. The Tana 4 diorama is now in the Lego collection too, and then we also of course added the Invisible Hand to our kind of UCS prequel era display over here. We've got 5s alongside the 20th anniversary minifigures that I have in my collection, and then we also have the Iron SpiderMan brickhead with the Spider-Man stuff, and then of course you can't forget about the Baby Groot brickhead, which is with the Guardians of the Galaxy display. So that is all for today. I really liked kind of building and displaying all of these Lego sets in the Lego collection, and I wanted to go for a more fast-paced vibe, so I hope you all enjoyed this. I feel like all of the Lego sets look kind of really impressive when you have them all in one space here, so definitely comment down below which is your favorite from my haul, and let me know what you thought of the video down below. But that is all for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Bye.